Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce. Today's going to be a short video, but I want to go over how you can make your very own taco style mag pouch for $1. Let's get to it. First of all, what is a taco mag pouch? Well, let me unvelcro this one here and I will show you what that is. Okay, a taco mag pouch is basically a mag pouch that forms kind of a taco shape. And it holds a magazine in it pretty securely, if I do say so myself. While the materials to make this mag pouch only cost $1, you will have to invest in a tool to make this mag pouch, and that is a 3D printer. You can get them pretty cheap now though. I suggest maybe looking at an Ender 3 style 3D printer. Several companies kind of sell them, but they're all under the Creality name brand. Pick up one of those. If you're slightly mechanically minded, you'll be able to suss out any issues with that, because they are kind of they're not quite plug and play. You're going to have to do a little bit of tinkering with them. If you want to spend some money, you can get a Prusa 3D printer, and they pretty much go 100% right out of the box. While this finished product is a design of my own, I did make the design myself. It is based on someone else's taco mag design, which they no longer make or even offer out there. They deleted it off the Thingiverse website. So I was going to attribute them, but unfortunately they are gone. I have no idea where they went. So this is now my design apparently. But I made several changes. Actually, I had several iterations. Oops. Went through several failed attempts to make this, and I came up with a pretty dang good design that is very efficient in the amount of materials needed and is very sturdy. I basically made everything beefed up so it would withstand a lot of damage, a lot of abuse, because I have been using this. You've noticed these things on my belt, on this belt here. You've noticed these on several videos in the past, and you'll see them in several videos in the future as well. I even took them to competition a couple times. So they have taken a beating and not broken, not cracked, not had any issues whatsoever. The basic design of this taco mag is basically it's going to be elastic so it can accommodate all kinds of different size magazines. This is a 40 caliber Glock mag and has no problem whatsoever. And if you want to throw something else in there, let's see, what else do I have here? I have a 9mm mag from a Taurus. It's a little bit loose, but these aren't going to be upside down. You're going to be holding them like this. So you got that right there. We have a Glock 45 magazine there. And again, it is not going to come out of there. No problem whatsoever. And these do accommodate a large, wide variety of magazines. I even made a single stack magazine. It's the same front, the same back, but it's got a half size inner portion there, or space, or whatever you want to call it, and it works great with 1911 magazines. Put that in there. That's not gone anywhere. And also works with 22 mags. Right there, 22 pistol mags. Those are good. That's a Browning magazine. Here's a Ruger pistol magazine right there as well. And I designed the back here. If you notice, there's an opening back there. And that is basically a belt loop for 3/4 inch one wrap. If I can get that to feed through there without looking like a moron. So you go ahead and you put that one wrap all the way around that, because the inside of your duty belt is also Velcro. That magazine pouch is not going anywhere. So you can throw that big 45 Glock magazine in there. No problems whatsoever. That's not going anywhere at all. Works fantastically well. Let's put one together and I'll show you how it goes together. You're going to pick out your favorite color of 3D printing filament, and you're going to print yourself out one of each here. One back plate, one front plate, and whatever middle taco section this will be called. I have no idea what I named it, but it's on a Thingiverse. I'll have a link below where you can download this file. You're also going to want some shock cord. I found some USA made shock cord here. Not very expensive whatsoever. Sergeant Knott's diamond grip shock cord, 1/8 inch. You're going to get 1/8 inch, and I grabbed 50 feet of it because I'm going to use this for a lot of different things. But this is fantastic stuff. You're going to want about 2 feet. You want to cut off about 2 feet, which I already have here, ready to go, just like on a cooking show. And we're going to feed this through these holes in a specific way. Grab your front plate right here. You're going to put your shock cord through one of the bottom holes in there and go all the way through. You want about 2 feet through this. Take your back plate and you're going to feed it through the bottom there as well, same side of that hole. And go ahead and put your center section in here to help you out with spacing. You're going to take the shock cord and go through the first bottom area right there. You're going to go across from the back plate to the front plate and go through the same side there with your shock cord, and just keep on doing the same all the way up. Go to the back plate, go through that section. Go to the top plate, go through the top section. Through these holes, through the taco part in the top there, and you repeat on this side going all the way down. Now you're at the bottom here on the back plate. You're going to feed your shock cord through both holes in the very bottom. And here you can either tie this off and then melt the ends, which would be the cheapest way and keep you under $1. Or if you happen to have an old cord lock laying around, you can use that as well. In order to attach it to the belt, we're going to have to feed through that Velcro here. Again, it's a 3/4 inch wide one wrap, which means basically the Velcro will stick to itself. It's got a soft side and a sticky side, whatever that's called. Normally for most duty belts, you're going to want to use the soft side out and just go ahead and attach it. I mean, they Velcro right on there. So I try to make them as low as possible because I tend to wear my belt kind of high because I'm an old man. And of course the bullet goes toward the gun. So this will be toward the front. Beautiful. We just assembled that in just a few minutes and it is ready to rock and roll. Now let's talk about the 3D printing process itself. Number one, what filament do I use? I almost use exclusively eSun filament. It is cheap, it is easy to find, it comes in all kinds of different colors. The one I use for this is light brown, which is the closest thing I could find to desert tan. Now there are some official desert tan colors from other companies, but I am not familiar with them. Every time you change your filament brand, you're going to have to reevaluate your settings to make sure you're getting the best top quality print. For the most part, I use the stock recommended settings from the Cura Slicer. But I do change a few things. Number one is I want this completely solid for the most part. So I put the infill, that's how much is infilled inside this whole setup here. And I put it at 99%. And that's basically solid, but it prints faster than 100% for some reason. Everything else I adjust has to do with temperatures. Number one is the bed temperature. The bed, that's the section at the very bottom where the print is being printed on. I moved that up to 60 degrees Celsius, which is pretty hot for the Ender 3, but it handles it just fine. I also changed the temperature of the hot end. That's the nozzle that the plastic is being squirted out of. I moved that up to 215 degrees Celsius. And to help everything solidify better, I moved the cooling fan down to 50%. And that helps me out. Now, none of these settings are going to be universal for everyone's situation. This works for me because I print underground. My 3D printer is here in the bunker, so it is much cooler. It's about 10 degrees cooler in the bunker than it is on the first story or second story of a regular house. So keep that in mind. If when you're printing in your garage or something of that nature, you probably need to bump these temperatures down a little bit, or the cooling fan, you need to bump that up to 75% or maybe even 100%. Bear in mind, if you're completely new to 3D printing, there's a lot of trial and error and there's a lot of calibration involved to get everything set up for your particular situation. The first comment below the video will have links to everything I used today to make these. Now, if you go to Amazon through those links, buy anything. You can buy filament, you can buy drinking straws, it doesn't matter. Anything you spend there will not cost you anything extra, but will give a kickback to me to keep the lights on in the bunker, and it takes away a little bit of money from Amazon, so they stopped making those stupid Lord of the Rings shows. Well guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like and go subscribe. A lot more is on the way. If you have any comments, questions, show it does, leave that in the comment box of the video. I try to answer as many of those as possible. As always, you guys have a great day. See ya.